Are you living paycheck to paycheck? You may have some hidden treasure in your bank account that you're unaware of. In today's video, we're going to discuss streamlining expenses to help you find that money. Will you join me on a treasure hunt today? Hi, I'm Dee of Dee-Lightful Wealth, and welcome to my channel where we talk about budgeting, paying off debt, saving, and investing to aim for financial freedom and independence. I've stated before in previous videos that I was able, by the grace of God, to pay off over $61,000 in debt and save 10 months of expenses in a period of 14 months, all by changing my mindset and my behavior of how I treated money. Today we're going to go on a treasure hunt and find money that you already have that you weren't aware of. And I just want to share with everyone that it is never too late, no matter your age, to start over and get on the financial freedom journey. We're going to talk about finding treasure today. Treasure, which is money that you already have, that you're totally unaware that you had it. And we're going to focus on streamlining expenses. That's part of budgeting. The purpose of budgeting is to get an overall picture of your finances and to keep it in order so that you have it just functioning smoothly like a machine. And so today we're going to focus on streamlining our expenses. And there are three types of expenses. We have our fixed expenses, which are usually like our mortgage or our rent. Some of our cell phone plans are fixed. So these are the same amount every month. And then the second type of expense are our periodic expenses. Some are every other month, quarterly, biannually, or annually, such as insurance premiums, even our water bill in some states are bi-monthly. So those are your periodic expenses. But then you also have your variable expenses, where you have this bill every month. This expense comes every month, but the rate may vary. And so we need to be able to budget for these things. And so let's take a look at each type of expense and let's break it down. When creating a budget, one of the things that we must focus on, apart from our income, how much we're bringing in, we need to focus on what's going out. And sometimes we're not able at that time to increase the income, but we're able to control what's going out. Remember, it's not how much you make, it's what you do with what you make, it's how much of it you get to keep. The goal of streamlining expenses is to pay things at the lowest cost possible so that you can keep the most of the money that you can that is possible. And that is the first thing we need to focus on when we're working on our budget. And the easiest one, the easy expense to control and to really monitor and have more control over is our variable expenses. Variable expenses such as your electricity bill, that can vary from month to month. Your grocery bill can vary from month to month. We may purchase a lot of times the same items, but we have to remember there's inflation. And so because of that, the cost of some of the items increase. So we need to bargain hunt as much as possible. So let's take a good look at variable expenses. And I'm going to give you a little activity to do today, which will help you understand how to find this treasure. I want you to get a sheet of paper. It doesn't matter if it's a legal pad, a back of an envelope, just a sheet of paper and a pencil. And I want you to list 3 columns. Matter of fact, I want you to do 4 columns. The first one, you're going to write the heading of fixed expenses. The second one, periodic. And the third, your variable. And the fourth, miscellaneous. And we're going to break those down for you right now. The best way to evaluate your expenses and where that money is going is to take a good look at your bank statement. Evaluate your bank statement, especially if it's online, it's easier. And I want you to write down all of your fixed expenses. You may have your rent or your mortgage, which is fixed. You may have, let's say, your child's school tuition that is fixed monthly. You may have a cell phone plan that is fixed monthly. My internet plan is fixed monthly. So you put that in that first column. The second column, your periodic. So you may have your car insurance. Some pay the car insurance every month, some every 6 months, or they pay it for the year. So I want you to write that in that column. My security alarm system is quarterly. So I know what the bill is, but it comes every quarter. Some insurances are quarterly. So you want to put that in the periodic. Now, the variable is the column where we're going to find, which will have the most impact on finding hidden treasure today. In that variable column, I want you to write down the money you spent on electricity, the money you spent on your grocery, the gas for the month, anything that is variable that you have every month that you're spending on. When you finish that column, I want you to go over to that fourth one, which is miscellaneous. And in that miscellaneous column, you're going to write in there what you spent on for, say, dining out. What did you get for a snack? Maybe you bought something from Starbucks. Maybe you did a little shopping at a department store. Anything that was not a fixed or regular expense that you have every month, but you've spent that. Now, I want you to total each column. The fixed, you already know what your fixed is. The periodic, you already know what that is. Now, I really want you to focus on column 3 and column 4, which are your variables and also your miscellaneous. I guarantee you're going to be very surprised by what you discover. You're going to find all kinds of hidden treasure. You're going to ask yourself, wow, did I really spend that much money per month for the month on dining out or on shopping? Or did I really spend that much on my grocery? Did I really spend that much on my electricity? What can I do to streamline that and reduce it? Let me give you a couple of examples. Recently, I changed my car insurance provider, and I pay my car insurance every 6 months. I was able to save $280 just by changing my provider. So that 6-month premium that I normally would pay, I saved $280. Do you know what I can do with $280? I could either put that towards debt, or I could put that towards my investments and my savings. Put something towards my retirement, and that $280 can now grow instead of going to a debt collector. Recently, I also coached one of my clients on how to budget, and we were streamlining this individual's expenses. Do you know how much treasure we found once we started to break down the monthly expenses? What variable and miscellaneous expenses that were spent for the month? $520. Can you believe that? We both were shocked. The client was so shocked. They were like, wow, I did not realize I spent that much on dining, extra beauty treatments, on things that they didn't even use, some of them, gym subscription. There were even streaming subscriptions that the client did not use, but they were still paying for it. $520. That is an awesome treasure. That $520 can now go towards debt cancellation. When the debt is finally paid off, that $520 can now go to investing for your future and for your retirement, which will lead to financial freedom. So my friends, I challenge you today to try this activity to find hidden treasure that you already have in your bank account. Take a look at your bank account for the last 4 weeks, and I want you to write out those columns and review the expenses we discussed, especially the variable and the miscellaneous expenses. And I guarantee you will find hidden treasure. I hope today's video has provided some value and will have a positive impact on your life. And if you did like the content in this video, I ask that you please click the like button. I also ask that you subscribe and share with family and friends who you feel could benefit from this information. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to spend time with me today as we hunted for hidden treasure. I thank you for joining me on Delightful Wealth, and until next time, I wish for you financial peace of mind and blessings. Peace.